So let's create a rubric. It's a pretty simple interface. I'm just going to say what assignment's associated to. Give it a name. And then basically put things into context. So whenever I click any of these and I'm in the adding context, it's going to add whatever that is. So for example, sample feedback, I'll click that. You'll see it'll stamp me out an additional sample feedback here. If I want to copy this whole row, click that, and this will replicate the whole row. If I want to replicate this grouping of containers, get the whole container. So you go through an add, you can also delete, so it's good to stamp that out, and then maybe I have just that type of a setup, and I only wanted one. Yes is going to delete the entire criterion, yes, get rid of that. I can hit edit, we can edit these. More info, save. You can reposition these, so I'll move that down. Maybe this is reading quality or something, whatever it's about. Goes in here. If you want to add additional directions like that, I can click this little eye and you'll see that's where the more information goes here. Information bubble is. Let's go back and edit one of these records. So let's give it 4 points. You'll see it shifts it over. Not good. Really not good. So just demonstrating how it changed it. This is a pretty old project, but figured I'd throw it in here with some additional explanation. So we've got this rubric created. We're going to hit save. And it's created our rubric for us. So now let's see what it would look like to actually use one of these rubrics. So we're going to click Assignment Studio. You'll see the first thing you get is how you want the studio laid out. So I'm just going to say show me everything because there's not a lot in here when you stamp it out at first. So this is what the Assignment Studio interface looks like. So you'll see these are the lesson titles, or the assignment titles here. You'll get the students across as rows, and then these little indicator lights each have different meanings. So I'll click one of these. Now it doesn't ship with any student information in here, obviously, or even sample assignments. There's just these stubs that have been generated. So generated assignment for student. So either this is a system where students submit their assignments and then they show up as these little green indicator lights, and then the instructor clicks through and can assess them. The feedback going back to them when they view their assignment. Or you can think of, maybe lesson, let's see here, lesson 1, exercise 3 is actually an external activity. That doesn't take place in the system maybe. So I'll click that, and you'll see, would you like to create an assignment placeholder? And it says, here's a reason why you would use this. Hit OK. This will generate an assignment for them, basically, so you can just use the rubric against something, because they haven't submitted anything in this example. So I could go through and do that for everything for this student. You'll see I didn't put a rubric in the system for that one, so it didn't generate anything. But there's a more complicated rubric in there. See, you have a lot more points. And there's another sample rubric. So this is going to display the rubric per assignment in this setup. You can also, if there are comments that have been left on this by you can kind of have a little conversation between you and the student, as well as get it just a real quick, what's the student's information here. So this is just going to show their profile page basically in the Drupal site. To navigate around, or as a key, you can actually filter this information as well. So let's go, I gave an A on this assignment right here. So I can say only show me lesson 2, only this student, so that would filter to just that. You can see these different states, so if I say submitted, well, they didn't submit that. They, currently it's in the fact that it's graded state, so we can view that. In view, we can do its letter grade, percentage, points. As color, we can do that, which there's actually a key here. So if I switch this to all assignments, then we can move over to a different one. So there's a lot of usability and user experience testing still needs to be done, but I wanted to get this out as a way to gauge reaction and see what people think about it. So there's a lot of other stuff to explore. Check it out. Let me know what you think.